Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Here we have an iconic car, the Citroen 2CV, small Corgi model, in production 1948 to 1990, often called a car with an umbrella on the roof due to that rollback roof. There are stories that it was originally designed to carry 2 goats and a chicken across French farmland. It was certainly a very innovative design at its time, and a people's car, very much like the Volkswagen Beetle was. So I hope you're going to enjoy me doing this one. Okay, here we have our little 2CV. As you can see in close look, paint's a bit chipped and marked. It's all there, both front bumpers are still there. Bit of damage to that headlight maybe on this side. Nice to see the detailing on the sort of half glass. Just 2 rivets holding it together. So let's get it apart and see what we can do. It's a lovely little thing. Right, it's going to be gently does it with this because it is a plastic base. It's got the same base of the Mini and the Morris Minor I did a while ago when I did 2 British classics. And that might just be enough, you never know. That's very close to coming off. I don't want to force it because it'd be so easy to break the base, which of course holds the bumper. There we are. Back end's just clip free. Front end's free. Nicely done. Glass is out. Excellent piece of glass. Just the body, die cast. 2 posts to do. Interior of the car. I'll check the colours on that. I'm not too keen on the grey, to be honest. It's just a universal colour. They made them all. The Minor and the Mini were grey as well. So there we have it. The Citroen 2CV. Okay, we're just going to drill the posts out. Very small. The Citroen's quite a new model, so I think the paint might just come off in the old Nitromor's paint stripper. So I'm gonna just dunk her in there. Let's curl that round. The glass on the 2CV is very good, so all I'm going to do is just give it a polish with car polish, this one. I mean, it is quite a recent model compared to some of the ones I've done which were 60 years old, so you'd expect it to have fared a bit better. And this just needs a clean. I'm going to look on the internet. I could put them both in the old Sonic, but to be honest, they're not that bad at all, really. They're not bad at all. I've had a look on Google Images and I think I'm going to go blue with blue seats for the DMC challenge in September. Saw a nice picture of one all blue with blue seats, so that's where I'm going. Of course, It's a shame really I'm doing that in some respects, because the Citroen, certainly the body, had some great colour schemes on it, different coloured bumpers, fenders, etc., two-tone. But this is just going to be a quick and simple one. Right, there's our CV. Just going to mask up the wheels and the sides. You won't see the sides anyway, so it's quite an easy job. Not the neatest of jobs, this one, but it's the end result that counts at the end of the day. Probably do the steering wheel a different colour. Look on. Let's let some of it drip off. Don't know if you can see that there. Yeah, it's just at the top of the frame. Just try and wipe it down the sides. You do lose a bit of nitromors every time. You need to keep topping it up. But for these newer models, it seems to work. The older ones look quite stubborn on the paint. I've got an old brush somewhere just to try and wipe the thickness off. I'll use a stick. That'll do. Right, straight into a bath of water. Then just give it a wipe, give it a brush. As you can see, the paint's really come off the CV very easy. Unlike that Daimler ambulance a couple of weeks ago, a week ago, where the nitromors wouldn't shift it at all. Just pull out the hooks. Whereas this is, to be honest, an absolute dream of a clean for paint strip. Right, we'll let that dry and we can go over it with a wire brush. But looking pretty good, and from that view at the moment, that looks a really nice casting, and it should be. I don't know how old these Corgi Classics are, but they should be in good nick. Okay, it's just a matter of giving the Citroen a good wire brush. If you can see that, it's coming up okay. No signs of paint. Oh, a bit inside. Might have to get the multi-tool on that one. And bits go everywhere, so okay, that's our CV. Nicely cleaned. Very clean casting, really. Very clean. The only thing that might be is just a little bit of casting mark there, just on the outside of the headlights. They'd like to correct on the inside. There was a bar, from what I remember, across there. So I used to get a lift to work in one of these in the 1980s, 87, 88, when I worked in Derby for Rolls-Royce jet engines. So just going to tidy those little casting marks up, and I think we're good to go to primer. Okay, we're about to paint the CV, and this is the colour we're going to paint it. Beautiful blue. Let's hope it is. Hope you saw all that. We're going to let that dry, and it is a beautiful blue. I think you'd agree. Very pleased with that. Okay, we're just about to do the inside of the 2CV, and that is the colour Ford Blazer Blue. See that there? I think that's her done. No need to do the sides really, but that's going to be a contrasting blue with the car body itself. Okay, the little Citroen's out of paint, as you can see, and I think we can agree that that beautiful blue is a beautiful blue. And what I did also, to contrast that, I painted the blue, a darker blue for the inside. Now, I've been looking at Citroens online, and really anything goes. There's quite a lot of colour variations. Just taking the masking tape off there, I just didn't want to paint the wheels. So it's going to be an interesting combination of how I go forward. I was off to do the roof white, but I've changed my mind since I've looked online, because I have seen this particular blue Citroen online, which I think I can share with you there on the pad. There we go. Now, if you notice on there, the wheels are quite plain, and the bumper is too. I don't want to go that plain. I want to do a bit of highlighting, and I think it's best suited to a brush pen rather than a Molotow pen. These are the brush pens I've been using. Quite good, got a flexible nib and very good for detailing, so I think I'll just get on with that. Incidentally, if you're wondering about lighting, we've got a power cut at the moment, so I'm just working on the light through the window. Right, so here we go. There are the door handles. Put the gloves on so, put the gloves on so I don't get any fingerprints on it basically. The petrol filler. The boot handle. And back to the door handles. Now let's see how the front's doing. I think that might need another going over. I'm just gonna do the bumpers with the liquid chrome pen. I think it'll just add a nice bit of bling to it. I haven't actually seen, I'll do the wheels as well. I actually haven't seen any CVs, 2CVs with alloy wheels, but I'm going to do the wheels with the pen as well. I think it'll just set it off a little bit, and there's all sorts of colour schemes you could have a 2CV. I mean, you could really go to town. Orange straight down the middle, across the roof, the bonnet, the boot, and another colour either side, yellow, white. So quite funky colours, which you really should expect with what is quite a funky, cool design car, and an iconic car nowadays as well. They do command a lot of money, about £7 at least. Not sure I'd want to part with £7 for a CV, but plenty of people obviously do. It's each to their own. If you like a classic car, you can appreciate why other people would like a certain car, even if it's not the one for you. Because the car never went into the caustic, the base, or the paint strip, it's still got its 2CV number plate. It's quite a nice bit of originality for it. Try and get the insides there. Just noticed we have lost a bit of bumper there at some point in the past. Didn't spot that the first time round. Right, so off we go with the indicators. Now these ones are red, but I don't know if you can see that. There are side indicators there. We haven't got the little reflectors at the front here on this model that the CV had, so we're restricted to this side indicators. I'm just gonna, what I used there was an acrylic paint marker. I was going to use a permanent marker, but that orange seemed not to be working. And I've got a Sharpie marker in red just to do the tail lights. It's just a matter of touching it really. Now I'm off to have this as a showroom car because it's still got its 2CV plate on the front, so I won't be putting a rear number plate on just here. Just going to go around the tyres themselves now, give them a bit of a freshen up. Plastic tyres and wheels. No point in taking them off, they'd be impossible to get back on. There we are. And just a bit on the steering wheel, though it will be hard to tell with it being dark blue anyway. Right, here we are at final assembly. Just put the glass in. Almost forgot that. There we go. Just going to put a touch of super glue in. Those rivet holes. That one's already got a bit in. On she goes. So I need a bit more around there. It's okay. Oops. Okay, there's our 2CV, rivets in, glass in. There are the pens that we used in the end. The next time you see this one, she will be on the turntable. Well, this is what we started with. A slightly tatty Citroen 2CV, well worn on the roof, paint chipped all over. Wheels have seen better days. I hope you're going to enjoy what we ended up with, because here it is now. Well, here she is, our little lovely Citroen 2CV in beautiful blue, chrome bumpers, chrome wheels. Nice little renovation to do of an iconic French car, iconic European car. I've done the Morris Minor, I've done the VW Beetle, I've done the Austin Mini, and now I've finally done the iconic French car, the 2CV. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe. It costs nothing to like and subscribe, and it does help me keep going, motivate me to keep doing more of these iconic die-cast cars. Thank you for watching. Have a great weekend and stay safe.